The WNBA's officiating just got put under a national spotlight, and not by a journalist, but by one of its own. Indiana Fever forward Sophie Cunningham has come out swinging, using her new podcast platform to expose what fans have been saying for weeks. Caitlin Clark isn't just injured, she's being failed. In a season where Clark has missed multiple games with soft tissue injuries, Cunningham isn't mincing words. She's calling out biased referees, inconsistent calls, and a league that, in her words, lets the hits pile up while pretending not to notice. With Clark sidelined and the silence from officials deafening, Cunningham's criticism is more than timely. It's a full-blown indictment. And the question she's forcing everyone to confront is simple. Why is the NBA's biggest star getting the worst protection? Cunningham's frustration didn't erupt overnight. It's been simmering for months as tensions over league officiating and treatment of Caitlin Clark intensified. Since joining the Indiana Fever, Cunningham has witnessed firsthand what she describes as an alarming trend. Officials routinely ignoring dangerous contact directed at Clark, even as her popularity skyrockets. The tipping point came after Clark missed multiple games with groin and quad injuries, all attributed to soft tissue damage from repeated, unchecked fouls. Cunningham, a 6-year veteran, believes this isn't just oversight, it's systemic. She argues that the WNBA's biggest asset is being neglected by the very officials tasked with preserving the integrity of the game. From Cunningham's view, the silence from the league isn't just troubling, it's dangerous. While Clark's injuries are officially labeled as routine wear and tear, Cunningham strongly suggests there's more to the story. "You don't miss this many games from fluke contact," she stated during a recent podcast episode, pointing to a string of blatant no calls caught on national broadcasts. Elbows to the face, pushes off the ball, hard screens, nowhere near the play. All of it, she argues, was either waved off or never called at all. And when you stack these moments side by side, a pattern emerges, one that fans, analysts, and even opposing coaches are beginning to question. Why are the refs swallowing the whistle every time Clark hits the floor? As social media debates, rage, and clips of questionable calls continue to circulate, Cunningham's words are adding fuel to the fire, but they're also bringing credibility. She's not a fan in the stands or a commentator behind a desk. She's a player in the paint, shoulder to shoulder with the chaos. And she's not alone anymore. Multiple teammates and fellow WNBA players have started echoing similar concerns in subtle but telling ways. Post-game interviews now include veiled references to uneven calls and missed protection. The locker rooms are buzzing louder than ever. Cunningham just happens to be the first willing to put her name and face behind the accusations. Even more telling is how Cunningham has personally become a target since speaking out. In recent matchups, she's absorbed her own share of questionable contact, most notably a blatant elbow to the face in a scramble under the rim that went uncalled. Then, in a separate incident, she was grabbed by the neck during a rebound battle with no whistle in sight. It's not just Clark under fire anymore, it's anyone who dares to defend her. "There's a message being sent," Cunningham hinted. "Step up for Caitlin, and you get dragged into it too." The league's officials may claim neutrality, but the optics tell a different story. And yet, despite the bruises and backlash, Sophie Cunningham isn't backing down. She's doubling down. With each podcast episode and post-game comment, she's putting more pressure on league leadership to acknowledge what fans already know. Caitlin Clark is being targeted, and it's costing the league credibility. "This isn't about playing tough," Cunningham concluded. "It's about playing fair. And if we can't even guarantee that for the player bringing in the most fans, the most viewers, and the most money, then what exactly are we doing here?" That question now hangs heavy over the WNBA unanswered, but impossible to ignore. Cunningham's growing role as Clark's on-court protector has now evolved into something bigger, a lightning rod for league-wide accountability. She's no longer just defending a teammate. She's putting the entire WNBA's leadership under scrutiny. Her viral remarks, now picked up by major media outlets and sports talk shows, have thrust the conversation into national spotlight. What began as player frustration has transformed into a league-wide reckoning. Is the WNBA really ready for mainstream attention? And if so, can it handle the scrutiny that comes with protecting its top stars? Cunningham's critique goes beyond Clark. It's about setting a precedent. If this kind of treatment can happen to the league's most marketable player, what does that say about how lesser-known rookies or vets are being treated when the cameras aren't rolling? This moment represents a crucial crossroads not just for Caitlin Clark, but for the league as a whole. The WNBA has been building momentum like never before, rising ratings, sold-out arenas, more media coverage than ever. But with that visibility comes the pressure to get things right. Cunningham's message is simple but urgent. The league can't have it both ways. You can't profit from Clark's fame, her jersey sales, her highlight reels, and then go quiet when she's getting hacked across the arms and slammed into the hardwood with no whistle in sight. It's time to protect the players who are elevating the league's profile, not just with slogans or campaigns, but with real, consistent officiating, accountability, and leadership. And if the league won't step up, well, Sophie Cunningham just might do it for them, one post, one foul, one truth bomb at a time. The controversy reached new heights when Cunningham took her concerns to social media, posting a viral TikTok mocking the league's officiating with biting sarcasm. "I got fined $500 for this," she quipped, referencing a post criticizing referees' failure to call clear fouls. That video exploded, racking up over 1.3 million views. But the online backlash wasn't limited to just fans. Cunningham alleged that biased officiating was allowing opposing players to take unchecked shots at Clark, including shoulder charges, elbows to the face, and neck grabs, all without consequence. When pressed, Cunningham revealed that during her time with the Mercury, she'd overheard game plans that deliberately targeted Clark with extra physicality, a claim that stunned the public and added fuel to a growing fire. The tipping point came when Cunningham, now wearing the same jersey as Caitlin Clark, found herself physically targeted during games in eerily similar fashion. In a matchup against the Connecticut Sun, she took a hard elbow to the face, no whistle. Days later, during a scramble against the Sparks, she was grabbed by the neck again, no call. This mirrored the treatment Clark had been receiving for months. But now, Cunningham was feeling it firsthand. In a podcast interview, she didn't hold back, stating flatly that she now sees the vendetta against Clark from a new angle. Her own punishment, both on the court and from league fines, only deepened her resolve. What was once speculative suddenly became personal. The too much Cunningham had once observed, she now lived. After stepping into the fire, Cunningham's bold stance didn't come without fallout. The WNBA hit her with a $500 fine for a TikTok post criticizing referees, a move that only fanned the flames. But instead of backing down, Cunningham doubled down. The fine sparked widespread debate online, with fans applauding her courage and slamming the league's priorities. Meanwhile, her popularity soared. Cunningham's jersey sold out. Her TikTok following surged past 1 million, and fans began calling her the league's unofficial enforcer. Internally, her actions reportedly galvanized her fever teammates, including Clark, who privately acknowledged, "Finally, someone else is standing up." For Cunningham, it wasn't about headlines, it was about justice. Sophie Cunningham's stand has sparked a wider reckoning across the WNBA. Her accusations of biased officiating and league inaction have reignited long-simmering concerns over inconsistent calls and inadequate protection for rising stars. Analysts point out that Clark's injuries, 3 in just her second season, coincide with repeated no calls and reckless contact. Cunningham's message is clear: the WNBA can't afford to mistreat its most valuable asset. Her comments have also exposed deeper locker room tensions, mainly jealousy over Clark's fame. But Cunningham insists this isn't just about Clark, it's about protecting the game's integrity. And with the league at a crossroads, her words carry weight far beyond the highlight reels. Sophie Cunningham's bold call-out wasn't just about referees or Caitlin Clark, it was a defining moment for the entire WNBA. By publicly challenging biased officiating and toxic locker room culture, she didn't just defend a teammate, she demanded change. The league now faces a choice: evolve with transparency and accountability, or risk alienating the very fans driving its newfound relevance. Cunningham's message resonates because it dares to question the system while standing firmly for unity, fairness, and the future. The question remains, will the WNBA listen, or will it continue turning a blind eye until it's too late? Let us know what you think. Comment below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories just like this.